Alright, so I moved the John Deere inside. Got all the cylinder head bolts, and the two short ones, they go on the bottom with this muffler bracket. And then there's one nut there, and one nut there because the studs didn't come out. And then the rest are all just the same length. So we're gonna take a peek at this head gasket at the same time, if it will come off. Okay, I think I need two hands for this one set. I think the top cover needs to come off, which I was trying to avoid taking off, but it's not that big of a deal because I've got mouse nest in there anyways. So yeah, I'll see you when that cover's taken off. So these motors require a lot more tear down than most just to get to the head gasket, so I'm just recording some stuff so I know where everything goes. These two little screws are for the starter cover. You know what? I'll figure it out when I put it together because I already forget. But it'll be fine. I'll figure something out. So, yeah. Lots of mouse nests already went down there. That's great. Decent bit of carbon buildup, not too much. And our gasket doesn't look blown at all. So, there's a different problem. Could be our valves not closing all the way. Man, it could be so many different things. Our fuel pump could be pushing out to... maybe our oil's just overflowed. Because... I mean... I don't know, there was a ton of oil on the spark plug. So... that tells me that oil's getting through. We could have fucked up rings, which I'm hoping is not the case because that's a very extensive teardown, and I would end up just doing or just putting in a new motor. I'm gonna get my light so we can check out the cylinder. Oh man, that actually looks really nice. Cylinder seems good. What about our valves? That looks like it's closing enough. What about the next one? That could be our problem. It looks like it's closing, but I just don't know what our problem is at this point. It might just be overfilled oil. But it's nice I'm checking this out. I mean, I can probably reuse this head gasket. I'll just put some gasket maker on it because it really doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get this mouse nest out of here, clean up this head gasket, put it back together, drain the oil, and see if it will start up, because I checked for spark. We had spark, so it could just be that it's flooding itself out with oil, because I mean, look at this, that's just pure oil buildup. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm able to use this stuff for this, but worst case scenario, I need to buy a new head gasket probably. I don't think it's really going to cause any damage. If it burns away, I feel like the motor will just burn it up. So, yeah. So I got it all put back together with the gasket maker, and I'm not going to turn it over until I drain and refill the oil, because there's just utterly too much in it. But I think I might swap out this exhaust for that one right there, because, you know, this one's pretty ratty. It doesn't have any actual mounts, and I just feel like it can fall off at any time. So yeah, I might have to do a bit of welding, and I don't have the best welds, but my welds are good enough for stuff like this, where it literally just has to connect it. But yeah, got her off with a little bit of persuasion. Time to fit up that other exhaust if we can. So, little update on the John Deere 180. I welded up this part of the exhaust that had a bad hole in it. I know my welds aren't the best, but it's better than it was before. And I'm welding up this mount here. I just tacked it on while it was on the machine. I had to do some bending and I had to bridge across the metal. But now I'm going to clean it up with my wire wheel and try to get some better welds in there, probably down there too. But yeah. So definitely not the best job ever, and obviously none of that is supported, but I feel like these two globs are enough to hold on the exhaust, especially considering I don't think I'm selling this machine. I think I'm gonna keep it for myself, so I don't really care that I'm putting crappy welds on it. If it were something I was selling, I would take more time with it. I would do it properly. I would have cleaned the metal, you know. Like, if I were selling it, I probably would have hooked up my sandblaster and bought some sand and sandblasted this whole thing down and painted it. Actually, I would have tried to buy a used exhaust on eBay. But I'm pretty sure this is a homemade exhaust too, so it doesn't need the best of best, and I think this is more than good enough just for that mower. So, yeah. Alright, here it is all finished up. Like I said, they aren't the strongest, but I don't think this is really going to take too much abuse. And there's a stress relief spot right there, because that kind of folds down a bit. So, and you've got this holding it on right there. So there's lots of different points that are, like, I mean, with it being able to twist and everything, and this holding it down quite a bit too, I don't see there being a problem with it at all. But yeah.
I will be uploading more videos on this lawnmower. It's not finished. I still need to paint the rear fenders because I just have some primer on it now. And I need to possibly paint the hood, paint the seat because we have a red seat on it, and do a few other things. A lot of the bolts are mismatched, so I might buy some new bolts because I started it up with stuff on top of the engine by accident, and that kind of flew everywhere, and I'm missing a ton of hardware. But yeah, stay tuned for part 3.